I'm Colin Whitchurch of the Action Network, here with a couple of betting picks on tonight's National League wildcard game between the Los Angeles Dodgers and St. Louis Cardinals. This is a fascinating matchup and likely to be the biggest spread we see all playoffs long, as the Dodgers have checked in at minus 235 favorites against the Cardinals at plus 190. It's easy to see why. The Dodgers had their streak of 8 straight NL West titles snapped despite winning 106 games, as they were unable to overcome the Giants. So they've been relegated to a winner-take-all playoff game against the Cardinals, who were left dead in the water 2 months ago, but won 17 straight games in September to run away with the second NL wildcard spot. The pitching matchup is fascinating as well. The Cardinals are sending Adam Wainwright, the 40-year-old, to the mound against Cy Young favorite and 3-time Cy Young winner and 2019 World Series hero Max Scherzer. Wainwright has been phenomenal. He's having his best season since 2014 with a 3.05 ERA and 3.87 xFIP. He's been great down the stretch as well. His ERA in August was 1.43, and in September it was still a very solid 3.44. As his 11.7% home run to fly ball rate was his lowest since 2014, when he was the young age of 32. Scherzer has been everything the Dodgers hoped for since joining Los Angeles in a trade with the Nationals at the trade deadline. His ERA with Los Angeles is 1.98, and he has 89 strikeouts and just 8 walks in 68 1/3 innings. His ERA on the season is a great 2.46, and his xFIP is 3.24, so it's easy to see why he's one of the favorites to win the NL Cy Young Award. One of my picks on today's game is Scherzer's strikeout total. I fully expect Scherzer to be as good as the Dodgers are hoping for tonight. But National League wildcard games are a different animal, and pitchers often get a quick hook. The Cardinals have struck out at a 22.3% rate this season, which is the 8th lowest in baseball, and they have the 6th lowest rate against right-handed pitchers. Scherzer's strikeout total has been set at a high amount, which is common for an ace, at 7.5, but I don't think he gets there tonight. Even if Scherzer dominates, he's not likely to go more than 6 or 7 innings. And so I like his strikeout total under 7.5 at minus 125. How to bet this full game total is even more tricky because, as I mentioned before, the Cardinals are huge underdogs at plus 190. It's very tempting to take St. Louis, but plus 190 isn't a good enough number for me. I could see taking a stab at the Cardinals money line at plus 210. If you can find a book that gets there before game time, I would recommend doing that. However, the angle I'm looking at is the Dodgers team total. Wainwright has been phenomenal, as I mentioned, but the Cardinals bullpen has been shaky and also worked really hard in the second half of the season. The second half of the season is also when they jumped up in quality, don't get me wrong, but this is a different animal against a Dodgers offense that's been top 10 in weighted runs created plus all season long, and I think between a combination of Wainwright and the bullpen, the Dodgers offense eventually goes to work. You can find their team total at 4.5 at plus 105, and I would recommend betting that team total as long as you can find it at plus money. So to recap, I like Scherzer's strikeout total under 7.5 at minus 125. I would consider taking a stab at the Cardinals money line if you can find it as good as plus 210, and I like the Dodgers team total over 4.5. That's it from me. You can be sure to check out all of my picks on the Action Network app, as well as all of our great content on the app or actionnetwork.com. Have a great night and enjoy the National League wildcard.